This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Pressure is building as the debt ceiling deadline is approaching, although some are saying that it may be extended until January. I play a video clip explaining exactly what's going on there. When it comes to the Build Back Better plan and inflation, I'll play a video clip of Ro Khanna being grilled on Fox News saying how the Build Back Better plan will ease inflation, not increase inflation. I'll give you the latest stimulus check articles like this. American parents in line for $1,800 lump sum payments in time for Christmas. Find out if you're eligible. Also, this one, for stimulus check update, Build Back Better would send monthly payments through 2022. And this one right here, demand for $2,000 Thanksgiving stimulus check grows as Twitter users push Biden for Christmas bonus in the same week. And I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. And I'm giving $200 to my subscribers on Friday, so you have a couple days if you want to sign up. Details down in the description below. First, let's go over the stimulus check articles. American parents in line for $1,800 lump sum payments in time for Christmas. Find out if you're eligible. So this is another false, misleading headline right here. So the $1,800 referring to the child tax credit, which is going to be paid in a lump sum in January of 2022, or when taxes are due or refunded. Basically, what happened here is the $300 per month times 6 equals $1,800. So if you got the monthly payments, you got $300 per month for 6 months up until December. That'll be the last one. And then you get the other half, the other $1,800 when tax refunds are going out. So, or it could be $250 per month, and then you get the other $1,500 lump sum in January. So this is misleading because it's saying in time for Christmas. It is not going to come before tax refund. So it's not going to come in 2021. It's going to come in 2022. So that's a misleading headline right there. Fourth stimulus check update, Build Back Better would send monthly payments through 2022. This one is true. So this is also talking about the child tax credit, which is going to give out those $250 to $300 per month, depending on your kid's age. That's going to go on through 2022. In 2021, we got half the year. I believe it's not confirmed yet, but it's going to be for one more year for 2022, and it's going to probably be throughout the entire year. So you may get the $3,000 or $3,600 monthly throughout the whole year, or you could opt out and get it as a one lump sum. Also, this article right here, demand for $2,000 Thanksgiving stimulus check grows as Twitter users push Biden for Christmas bonus in the same week. So this is the demand for the $2,000 stimulus check, which is not in any bill. It's really not up to Biden to do it either. It's up to Congress. So asking for those $2,000 stimulus checks, and as in this petition right here, for the $2,000 per month to every American for a fourth stimulus check, currently at 2,967,000 signatures, and there is still no general fourth stimulus check, although on a daily basis, there's a lot of different state stimulus checks and other check programs. If you want to check out my video from earlier, I talk about retroactive stimulus checks that are going out now as well. So a lot of different smaller state program checks, stimulus checks, but no general fourth stimulus check yet. When it comes to the Build Back Better plan, Ro Khanna, Build Back Better will ease inflationary pressures. So this is Ro Khanna being grilled on Fox News. Ro Khanna, Democrat from California, saying that Build Back Better plan will help inflation. Although there's a lot of different conflicting theories and opinions on what it'll do to inflation, but here is Ro Khanna's perspective on Fox News.
A Democratic Congressman, Ro Khanna. Congressman, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Brett.
You know, we heard just in the story from Peter Ducey about inflation. I'm just going to put up a couple of graphics here. All items up 6.2%, food 5.3%, energy 30%. And then you look at the Thanksgiving items, which everybody is focused on this week, and the costs that are up for all of these this week. At the same time, you have Senator Joe Manchin saying that this bill that is headed their way for the Senate is concerning to him. Take a listen.
Responsible federal budget came out with an estimate that said that the costs of the bill are going to be twice as much if they're extended.
All those things. We've known that for quite some time.
And what is your position on that?
Sure, it's concerning.
Concerning. He said that these policies in the bill that you all passed the House are kind of sunsetted early and would last a long time, therefore cost a lot more. Your response?
Brett, the president's biggest focus, Democrats in Congress's biggest focus is inflation. There is no doubt that prices are up. Prices of gas are up, prices of food are up, people are hurting. Here's what we need to do. We need to release the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. We need to have a temporary ban on the export of oil so we can bring gas prices down. And Build Back Better actually will help with the supply chain issue. It will help bring more people into the workforce. It will ease some of the inflationary pressures. So I believe the bill actually will help solve the problem.
But you know, one of the first things President Biden did was cut off the Keystone XL pipeline. Now going to release from the strategic reserve. It seems kind of a different move.
Well, Brett, the production, as you know, was down because the price of oil was down. And now, even if we were to increase production, it would be a year or 2 years out. So the most immediate thing we can do is increase the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, call on our allies to do that, and also make sure that we're not exporting oil. I don't understand why we're sending oil overseas instead of having Americans have that oil to reduce gas prices. But look, I'm not going to deny that gas prices are up and we need to take action.
Congressman, I want to get just a little bit into the weeds here. This is from Larry Lindsay. He used to be the director of the National Economic Council under George Bush, and from his newsletter he sends out to hundreds of different people. This is about the bill you all passed. The bill's biggest impact on growth will be through changes in the effective tax on business capital investment. Under existing law, many investments are now expensed. That is, the cost of new capital investment is deducted against income in the year of the purchase. Many firms use straight-line depreciation, deducting the same amount each year. One reason to do so is because book profits are reported to shareholders and do not have a tax consequence. So using straight-line depreciation boosts current publicly reported profits for firms that are rapidly expanding their capital stock. Getting to it here, the effects can be far from trivial. The Penn-Wharton computer budget model found that this policy change will reduce long-run capital stock by 7.9%. Assuming the bill's temporary provisions are extended, that would imply that long-run potential GDP would be 2.5 points lower under Build Back Better. For a lot of businesses, that's scary, Congressman.
I just respectfully disagree with the analysis. The problem in this country has not been investment or capital. I mean, the markets have been huge, assets have been appreciating. The problem has been the working class. And I guess my interest is helping the working class. That's what this is going to do. It's going to reduce costs for them, reduce costs on childcare, reduce costs for their kids in preschool, provide them a tax cut. So I guess the philosophical difference is, do you want to help the capital owners or do you want to help the workers? Build Back Better chooses the working class.
From a progressive caucus point of view, do you trust that the moderates in the Senate are not going to change this bill enough that when it comes back to you, you're going to have to say this isn't what we bought in for?
Fair question. I believe some changes will be made. That's democracy. Is it the exact bill I would write? Probably not. But is it a bill that I will almost certainly vote for? Yes, because we have to compromise, and progressives are going to be willing to compromise to help deliver for the working class.
Are you concerned about the president's approval right now? He's announced that he's going to run again in 2024. As you look at these approval polls across the country, do you worry about that?
Brett, there's no question that he's going to have to be at a higher number, hopefully before the midterms and certainly before his reelection. But as you know, these things go in cycles. I mean, President Reagan, who left with very high approval ratings, was not doing well before the first midterm. So President Clinton had the same thing. So I believe he will rebound once people see the impact of the legislation helping the working class.
When it comes to the Build Back Better plan and increasing inflation, Ro Khanna thinks that it'll help inflation, but as you heard from the Fox News host, he thinks otherwise, as well as Republicans think otherwise. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think the Build Back Better plan will increase inflation? Will it ease inflation? Let me know your thoughts on that. Also, there is one Democrat, the former economic advisor for President Obama, former President Obama. He said that he was not for the Build Back Better plan that is actually going to increase inflation. So there's a Democrat right there opposing it, as well as Joe Manchin and the other moderates. But let me know your thoughts on that. When it comes to the U.S. debt ceiling, looks like the deadline could extend until January. We don't know for sure. Originally, it was December 3rd, but it looks like numbers are changing. Take a look at this video clip. It explains in more detail of where our budget is in terms of money coming in, money going out. Are we going to default or not? Take a look at this video clip right here.
Well, good morning, Andrew. It is impossible to predict exactly when Treasury will hit the debt limit and no longer be able to pay the nation's bills. Treasury's best guess is that we're good through December the 15th, but the real answer is based on a complicated accounting of extraordinary measures, cash on hand, bills that are due, and money that's coming in from taxpayers. So we created a debt limit tracker. The Bipartisan Policy Center crunched the numbers to help give us a daily estimate of where we stand. Now, for now, we are in the green. Treasury has about $325 billion left. It started with $580 billion after Congress raised the debt limit last month. But we are closing in on the yellow zone, which begins at about $300 billion and is roughly enough money to last for 2 weeks. The red zone is the danger zone, anything below $100 billion, and that's where we had gotten when Congress finally acted last time. Now, clearly, the dial will move forward as Treasury spends money. BPC projects some of the bills due just this week are $10 billion to the SBA, another $10 billion in Medicaid payments to states, $9 billion to defense contractors. But the dial can also move back into the green if a lot of money rolls in, like big end-of-the-year tax payments. And that is why the Bipartisan Policy Center estimates that the actual X date is anywhere from mid-December to early February. So, guys, this tracker can help investors and lawmakers really try to narrow down that moving target. Back over to you.
Elon, in terms of just walk through this, because we've got to layer on this other big bill, which obviously is causing all sorts of debate and tumult in Washington, and what the interplay of that looks like related to this, frankly, maybe related even, we were talking about how interconnected the decision about Jay Powell and Lael Brainerd may very well be to all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. You bring up a good point, Andrew, because one interesting thing was that Treasury really was not able to set that December 15th timeline for when they want Congress to raise the debt limit until the infrastructure bill was passed and signed into law. And that is because there was a significant payment that Treasury would then have to make to the Highway Trust Fund that really impacted its sort of daily cash flow. So that is a very good example of the way that when legislation is actually signed, it can have an impact on when Treasury could hit the debt limit. Well, as far as the social spending package, what we know is that that is actually paid out over time.
What are your thoughts on the debt ceiling? What is going to happen? Is the U.S. going to default? Originally, the deadline was December 3rd. Looks like it may be all the way through February, which means all that conflict and fighting may be delayed. It may happen now. Pressure is starting to build up when it comes to that between Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell, as well as their parties, the Democrats and Republicans, saying what to do to the leader. So it's going to be really interesting over the next few weeks of what happens with the debt ceiling. Also, we have the government shutdown looming as well, if that is not corrected soon. So we're going to have a few different issues that are going on, as well as the Build Back Better plan and many other issues. So I'll keep you updated on all of that. That is all the stimulus news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Can I tell you the thing that you should really actually do when someone's hurt or you're hurt? You should like really do something really good and help them out, because that they're hurt. You can't let a person hurt. Stay there. I know you guys would do such a great thing, even better than that. Like help them up or something. I bet you can too. So that's all I wanted to. That's all the advice that I wanted to give to you today. And also, this is my sister Kalaya. Say hi. Hi. Bye.
Thanks again for all of your support and being a part of the Wise Flies community. To show my appreciation, I'm giving out $200 checks again this month. I'm going to try to make it on a monthly basis just to show my appreciation for everybody's support and making this channel so great. And, you know, the community and all the comments and support that I get in there too. A lot of people helping out each other. So I'm really happy with the way things are going. Let me know if there's any feedback of what I could do better for you to serve you better. Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, if you want to check out any other channels, you could click up here, or other stimulus updates down here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.